Hey y'all, this is Lydia. We're going through some pretty big shifts and it can be disorienting for sure. We have the sun at 22 degrees of Pisces, which is on one hand a chaotic degree. It's feelings on top of feelings, the two and the two. But on the other hand, it's some pretty intense alchemy that's happening, especially because Venus and Neptune are still nearby. And we have a new moon in Pisces tonight. And the sun will be at 23 degrees when that happens. And there is this soul harmonic of this Gemini ruled 5 degree. The sun, when it clicks to 23, will be at a step 5. Mars clicks to 5 degrees today. And we have the North Node at 14 degrees of Gemini, which adds to a 5, which is sort of a trap. It's this over-intellectualizing we can fall into. But what's really happening with these 5 degrees is our personas are changing. Our identification of things is changing. How we perceive, our psyche is going through some pretty spiritual shifts that we can't really intellectualize. And if we're trying to intellectualize it, we're going to find ourselves either getting anxious or getting depressed or, getting nervous or worried or getting into these heavy energies of trying to figure things out and not being able to. The image that comes to mind is this concept called a construct. I don't know if anyone's seen Altered Carbon. The Matrix is another example. This idea of living in a reality, the Truman Show as well, this idea of living in a reality that isn't exactly how it seems, or it's digital, or it's a construct that we've built ourselves, where we have these identifications, we have these things where this is how we see things and this is how things are. And that defines our reality, our perceptions. And what's happening now is all of that is breaking down. And it's not just that, we're also, as things are breaking down, we're also changing how we see ourselves, how we view ourselves, how we identify ourselves. And also outside of ourselves, how we identify what's happening around us, what's happening with our interactions. And really, there's this alchemy happening where things are breaking down and becoming formless. And we're not meant to fully understand what this formless is, but rather to embrace it. So today with the sun at 22 degrees, I would say, don't try to understand your feelings, just navigate them. And we've also been going through this up-leveling when it comes to our intuition and navigating from our intuition. And that's really where we're supposed to be right now, is flowing with the energies. Again, because if we try to over-intellectualize, we try to figure out, we're going to come up short, and that can be anxiety-inducing for some of us. And on top of that, all this energy is mutable. Pisces is a mutable energy. Sagittarius, the South Node is in Sagittarius, that's mutable, as well as Gemini, which is a trippy sort of Alice in Wonderland-y sort of, am I experiencing what's actually, is it real or is it my imagination? Is it me, imagining things or making things up, or what's actually happening? And are my perceptions lining up with that, or am I being delusional? Neptune and Pisces can be on the negative end of the scale, delusional. And it also rules the media, and also this idea of narratives being presented to us that aren't necessarily based in reality, but are sort of taking us out of our sovereignty and showing us or telling us how we should feel, how we should act. And this can happen often on a very subconscious level, and all of that's breaking down right now. So a catchphrase that's been coming to me a lot is relax into it. Relax into this breakdown, because we're not meant to, again, intellectualize it. And we're also being brought to this new pastures and these new ways of identifying, these new ways of experiencing our reality that is higher and better and more vibrant than it was before. But if we're attaching to old identifications, or we're trying to hold on or control how things are changing, we're going to come up short, or we're going to get frustrated, or we're going to get depressed. And this can be mentally challenging for people, even people who don't deal with mental health issues. This can be challenging. It's like, really, what's happening? What's going on? Try to release that if you can. And the card for today is the Great Severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. And we are severing. We're severing from old ways of seeing things, of old perceptions, of old realities. And the massive shift we're going through is unprecedented. It's not just a simple, I am, becoming better than I was before, or, I'm deciding you know, I want to lose weight and be a different person, or I want to change my diet and be a different person. This is definitely more spiritual. It's more deep. We're waking up to visions of what we want to do for the rest of our lives. The decisions we make now is going to echo through the rest of our lives. And I'm not saying that to stress people out, because if we're relaxing into it and if we're flowing and if we're following our intuition, we're well on our way. But as we detach, you know, old heartbreaks can come up. Old conflicts can come up. Old memories that are painful for us can come up. And we're transmuting right now. We're releasing. So definitely go with the flow if you can. You know, try not to control again. And I'm sending love and wishing you well. Bye.